Hello and welcome to our second Newton House Assembly. Today we're going to be talking about embracing challenge. We were told to do this topic, and even though we could have chosen a different one, we thought there were some things we could say about it and there were some things that interested us.
Yes, we thought this topic would be really useful to talk about as an entire house because sort of the whole of DHSB and Newton House will have experienced challenge before, and so it's important to talk about how you can overcome it.
We'd really like our assemblies to appeal to everybody in our house, and so we thought that we could start with something that would be quite relatable and useful for everyone. We want you all to think of challenges you've had to overcome recently.
So one example may be because DHSB is quite a pressuring sort of academic environment, you may have sort of challenges at school that you have pressure to overcome, and that might be something you face on like a daily basis. So it's important to have a method of overcoming those challenges.
We were thinking about some of the challenges we had faced. We had a very difficult process of Year 11 with exams constantly for weeks, and we found this very stressful and draining. And we, as Tom says, we understand that DHSB is a difficult environment for this sometimes, and that lots of other people in our house at the moment will understand how we felt then. Year 10s facing mocks and Year 11s facing GCSEs alike. And so what we wanted to discuss is that in Newton House, we want to have as much support as possible for these kind of things around.
Yeah, so if you do face any of these problems, you can always email me or Harry or talk to your teachers about it. And so having sort of places to go to and people to talk to when you meet a challenge is a big sort of step in embracing challenge and eventually overcoming it. So a challenge that me and Harry have faced as house captains would be designing the Newton House board, as you can see. I'm not the most creative person. We're not very arty, but we sort of tried our best and put our skills together to come up with this and finish fourth in the rankings, which is a good way of embracing challenge, I think, and sort of adapting to the situation despite our limited skills.
And we thought that we'd embrace the challenge of the house board by actually doing what we meant to do this year, which is get the voice reps involved. So, I mean, you can see the board at the moment. It's not much to look at. I mean, we tried our best, but start thinking of some ideas. You know, what can we do to bring the Newton House board to number one? Voice reps.
So there's any sort of artistically inclined members of Newton House that want to use their skills to maybe improve our house board, please email us and let us know, and we will redesign the house board for the sort of January and February term.
Yeah, and we also wanted to discuss with you how we can overcome challenges. And I think one thing that I've always personally found very useful is holding on to things I enjoy. And so speaking of things that we enjoy, we'd like to pause this now and hear from Mr. Huck and his Fantasy Football League, as I'm sure you're all looking forward to hearing about how you're doing in it.